here at Upper Mac to see what's happening this spring. Check it out with the leaves are looking pretty yellow. Bark, this log looks white. This is garlic mustard. The best thing to do is to pull it. These white flowers will lead to red strawberries soon. Barns and white houses make for a pretty background. Look at the bright red in the middle of this leaf. These always look like microphones to me. What colors did you see today?
Friends, welcome back to Exploring with Miss Emily. This week is all about color. I'm so excited for you guys this week because this is going to be seriously fun. You are going to get to make your own paint. Last week we learned about shapes and we made a shape drawing with organic and geometric shapes. You will need this because this is what we are going to paint. Like every other week, pretty much, in our nature-based art lessons, you have been taking a walk outside to get started. So again, this week, take a walk outside. Gather things that you can find in nature that have color to them, which is pretty much everything, but there's a lot of green, so you're gonna want more than just green. I already walked, so I found some dandelions, I found just some leaves, I found grass. The other thing that works really well to make paint out of is spices and berries, and you might have those things in your kitchen. So ask your parents if it's okay if you use those things. I found a few spices and a few fruits in my kitchen that I am going to use to make my paint out of. All right, so you can see I have all my supplies laid out here and I'm ready to go. I have my painting, I have my paintbrushes. If you don't have a paintbrush, you can use Q-tips or whatever else you can find around that you can paint with. I mean, you could even just use your fingers to apply the paint. I've got some water, I have my fruit here in this dish, and then on my plate I have some spices, leaves, grass, and the flowers. Let's start with the fruit. I'm either just gonna mash it up and see if it's watery enough, or I can add a little bit of water to it and then mash it up. And you can already see that this is starting to make some liquid in there, and I think I'm ready to paint. I can start here with the circle. Yeah, you can see the color showing up. It's a lot like watercolor. You have to add a little bit more water to it to kind of make those colors spread around. And it smells very good too. If I add more to it, it will be darker, just like watercolor. All right, let's try the blueberry. Again, mash it up. You can add a little bit more water, a little bit of water to it if you want. I'm going to choose a different shape. All right, that's it for this week, friends. Have fun making your paint. I can't wait to see what you guys make paint out of. Make sure you email me and let me know. Email me pics of your paintings, or just let me know what it was that you used to make paint out of. I can't wait to see. Have fun experimenting. Mix your colors, get into it. Here's my final painting.
Hola mis amigos, hello my friends. This is my favorite place in Holland, and I like it because you can feel like you are in a fairy tale. Look at my favorite place, and guess where is it?
And now it's time for Silly Songs with Miss Hillary, the part of the show where Miss Hillary comes out and sings a silly song. This week is all about colors. Oftentimes, colors can elicit certain feelings or different moods, and music can do the same thing. This week we're going to explore what happens when we combine those colors with mood music. Let's take a listen. Planting a Rainbow, written and illustrated by Lois Ehlert, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Publishing. Every year, Mom and I plant a rainbow. In the fall, we buy some bulbs and plant them in the ground. We order seeds from catalogs and wait all winter long for spring to warm the soil and sprout the bulbs. Then it's time to go to the garden center and select some seedlings. We sow the seeds and set out the plants in soil and watch the rainbow grow and grow and grow. We have some red flowers and orange flowers. And some yellow blooms. We grow something green. And some blue flowers. And some purple flowers too. All summer long, we pick them and bring them home. And when summer is over, we know we can grow our rainbow again next year. Did you notice how all of the colors had different music with it? Red, super passionate. Orange, warm and inviting. Yellow, happy, cheerful, sunny. Green was peaceful. Blue had that kind of bluesy feeling. And purple was royal, kind of regal even. Now it's time for you to do a little creating of your own. Choose a color and some music to match the mood of that color. Then create some art. Head on over to the specials packet for all of the details. Here's my example. Happy coloring!
Hi friends, this is Miss Krista. I'm taking you to my favorite nature spot in my yard today. It's my garden. It's just getting started. So far, I have peas that should start growing right up against this fence soon. And in this box here, I have some lettuce. If you get down really close, you can see little sprouts of lettuce starting to come up. And when it gets warmer outside over here, I'm gonna grow tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers and so many yummy things. Thanks for coming to visit my garden.
Are you ready for some Inogen earring? Don't worry, we're not gonna make these. Just wanted to be cool. Have you noticed that many things in nature tend to be similar colors, greens and browns and grays, but things that we make tend to be in lots of colors? Take a look at these. These are my brightly colored magnets and some gems and Legos and some of my favorite candies. Besides flowers and things that are meant to stick out, many things in nature are similar colors. What's the advantage of that? What's the advantage of sticking out? Today we're going to do a little experiment in the form of a game that I think you'll like. You'll need some sort of collection of things that are about the same size but different colors. For me, I'm going to use this bag of Legos. I have blue ones and green ones and yellow ones, all sorts of different Lego colors, but they're mostly the same size. I wish I had all the same shape, but I just didn't. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hide the Legos of different colors around my yard and see which ones we can find the quickest when we play a game. Think about what you might have in your collections. When spreading your Legos or whatever you use, make sure that they're visible for everyone to see. Don't hide them under things. But you could put it next to or even on top of some things. See which ones people notice first. When you're spreading out your objects for people to find, make sure that you're using the same number of every object and about the same size. But to make it random, it's really hard because sometimes we like to put things under or on top or behind. So one way to do it is just to take your objects and spread them by throwing them. Now I didn't spread them very well, so you can see lots of them right away. But in this video, it's a little trickier. Which ones do you see first? Okay, now I'm gonna try to find them. Here we go. Set a timer like for 15 seconds maybe for faster students, or maybe if you have younger students, or if you hid them more, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 seconds, 1 minute even. See how many you can find and which ones you find when you do it. Here we go. I'm gonna set mine for 15 seconds and see how many I find. Ready, set, go! Yeah. Oh, there's some right there. Which ones? Oh, 3 more seconds. Oh, I'm out of time. These are the ones that I found and picked up right away. What patterns do you notice? What colors do you see? These are the ones that I either didn't see or I didn't get to in time. Well, what colors do you see here? What patterns do you notice? Try the same thing with your family and see, did everyone get similar results or different results? What colors did stick out? Why is that an advantage? What colors didn't stick out? Why was that an advantage? You could think of it as animals, but you can also think of it as businesses. Why do you think McDonald's chooses bright red and yellow? Why do you think other companies might use blues? Still, some other companies seem to like to have their buildings gray or tan. What message are they sending when they choose those colors? If you were to build a business, what would it be? And then what colors would you choose?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Fitness Fridays with Miss Katie. This week all the specials teachers are going to be talking about color and doing activities that involve color. So in Learn to Be Fit this week, I thought we would have a colorful chalk challenge. So with this chalk challenge, you will take all the colors that you have of chalk, head to your driveway, sidewalk, road, if you don't live on a busy road, and you're going to make your own chalk challenge and be as creative as you'd like.
I did my challenge, not too long, but I guess not a little too short. I'll start right here on my start line. I made hopscotch, okay, and then I have double jump, so I would jump in the direction that the arrows are pointing, followed by a twirl, couple twirls, 3 twirls, okay, a bear crawl on the lines going forward, and then I would run all the way to the finish line. You can make this short or long, super challenging or super easy. It is completely up to you.
You can make one really long, you can make one super short, you can make one really, really hard or really easy. You could go the whole road down the driveway, or whole way down the driveway, or all the way down the road, all the way down the sidewalk if you'd like to. Have some fun with it. It is also supposed to be really nice this weekend, so enjoy that time outside with your family and draw a little bit more chalk as well.
Hey, start at the start line, start with hopscotch. Now I jump in the direction of the arrows. And now I twirl 3 times. Okay, and bear crawl. And run.
If you don't have chalk at home, because trust me, not every store even has it in stock right now, try making your own homemade obstacle course with items you have inside, or your own homemade challenge in your backyard. I hope you all have fun this weekend and enjoy the nice weather. I miss you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Where in the world is Miss Sharon?
Aloha! What better place to look for color in Hawaii but in the coral reefs that are around the islands in Hawaii? If you go snorkeling, and I did that, I saw lots and lots of beautiful colors. You can see the coral down here, the colors that the coral are, and the brilliant colors that the fish are. I made this quilt in time for Earth Day. I finished it on Earth Day. And it shows what's happening to the coral reef. If you look over here, this is how it looks in some of the parts of Hawaii. Very beautiful. But there are parts of the coral reef that are dying. And this shows what's happening to some of the coral reef. It's getting lighter and lighter. And this over here at the end shows what's happened to the coral reef in several places of the world around the Great Barrier Reef, where all of the coral has kind of died out. And it's all just kind of a white color instead of these beautiful colors that are in the healthy coral reef. We'll talk more about that when we talk about water next time. But today, I want to talk about color in the coral reef. And there's a very special fish that lives there. It's the Hawaiian fish. It's like their state fish. And its name is Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua'a. And I have the same one on my shirt. Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua'a. Try to say that. That's a lot of letters. That's the Hawaiian word for this fish. This fish is really called a triggerfish. And we have some in my quilt that I made. There's one here, and there's another one down here. Now this is made from fabric. The whole thing is made out of fabric that I created a color palette like I did when I did the salamander. I shredded up all kinds of little pieces of fabric. And then I put it on a flat surface and arranged it in the colors that I wanted, and then I put a netting over it that looks like this. and that goes on top of it, and then you sew it together. I painted all the fish individually, all these little fish, cut them out, and I put the netting over the fish and sewed them on. So we have a combination of fabric that's shredded and painted fish. Well, today we're gonna make a triggerfish, and you can make it very colorful. Triggerfish are very curious fish. They feed around the corals, and they seem really friendly. They come up to you, and they have little beak-like mouths, and they kind of peck at your legs and your hands. But if they get too close and decide to take a nip at you, it could be rather painful. They have really sharp jaws. It's like a parrot's bill. So they can look real friendly, but you don't really want to try to get too close to them if you're swimming and you're snorkeling around them. My daughter did a nice one for me. I can show you that. She did a humu humu nuku nuku apua'a, or triggerfish, and used oil pastels, crayons, oil pastels, just like we've used before at Craypas. You can also use crayons to do this. And we're going to make a fish that has two personalities, just like a triggerfish. He has a personality of being real friendly, and he has a personality of not being real friendly. So what you need for this is a regular sized piece of paper, and I want you to fold it so that it's folded in thirds like this. Then you're going to fold it again, just making a little pleat in it so that it's like this. And then I put a couple of clips around it so that it'll stay together, because we're going to draw right on that surface. Now, you're going to keep it closed like that when you draw. And here's what I did. I drew my fish, and if you remember, we've drawn fish before. You start with a shape that's like a football, then you put your tail on and your fins on, and it's going to look like that. You don't want to open it up because it's kind of empty in the middle. You want to keep it folded like this. After you get the outline of your fish done, you can put your designs on your fish, whether or not it's stripes or there's some spots. You can try different things. Make a design on your fish. You can make it look like a triggerfish, or you can make it look like another kind of fish. After you get that part done, then you're going to open it up. This is the part that gets kind of fun. You're going to draw the inside of the fish. And this is where it gets kind of scary, like those triggerfish can bite. So it's going to start out like this. Whoops, there he is. It's going to start out like this. And then you're going to draw the rest of it, so that you start here at the mouth and draw down. You draw a V, then you put the teeth on, and you can draw the pattern that's on there, so that when you close it up, it still looks like this friendly fish that you started out with. But when you open it up, then you're going to color it. Now, I started out coloring it kind of like the fish that my daughter drew, because I kind of like that fish. But you can use whatever colors you want, and when you open it up, there he is. You can see his teeth. So you're going to start drawing it first. First step is just to draw the fish like this. Second step, you're going to open it up and draw the rest of the fish. And then you're going to color it, so that you'll have a very colorful fish. So he's a friendly fish. The humu humu nuku nuku apua'a becomes a not so friendly fish. So those are our fish from Hawaii. See you later.